Hey guys, I'm bringing you a stamina DragonKnight build for the Shadow of the Hist update. So let's get into it. First off, I'm an orc. Some good options are obviously orc, red guard, imperial. Orc is not the best option, but it's just I like it. It's really cool, so I chose orc. But it kind of goes well with this build for this reason. So, well, it has good health and stamina, so put your stats up pretty high. You have increased healing by 5%. I'll show you how that comes in handy later. You do 4% more damage, reduce sprinting cost by 12, and increase speed. So it all just goes together pretty well. And so, like I said, high stats. So you have 21k, 21k health with like no health attributes whatsoever. So it's really good. And then 35k stamina, so it's pretty good in that way. And with the increased healing, 5%. It's really nice because I was thinking about it, and then I got conjugated blood, or coagulating blood. So you have 8% increased healing, and then Igneous Shield gives you major mending. So all of this stuff kind of comes together, and it's really good, like really, really great. So as an example, keep in mind Rally is already at 11k because of the 5% that it already has. So imagine if you weren't orc, it'd be at maybe 10k. Maybe a little less, maybe like 10.5. But so with all these buffs on, it rises all the way up to 15k. So that's what I was kind of like my logic in picking orc. The healing is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's the main reason for that. So yeah, all right. So we have 1 piece heavy, 1 piece light, 5 piece medium. Um, so 2 pieces of blood spawn. Max stam on both, and since it's on the PTS, I don't have impenetrable, but you want impenetrable on all your pieces. And yeah, max stam. Now for the for the body, I don't have everything that I would want, but you have some options. So I'm using Skirmisher here, so when I roll dodge, I get increased weapon damage. You can use Alchemist, Hunting's Rage, something like around that. Anything really that's just like good for weapon damage. I'd say probably Alchemist has the best potential. Hunting Rage is the cheapest and easiest to get. Yeah, so yeah, it's probably the most simple to use. Alchemist is the best choice though. You get a gold Alchemist, it's really good. Now, 3-piece agility, you can also go 3-piece endurance because it's cheaper. 1 piece, 1 weapon damage up in weapon damage enchantment. The 2 others are recovery. Then Maelstrom weapons. If you can't get Maelstrom, you can just get any other weapon. It doesn't really matter because we're not going with any yet, so it doesn't really matter what you get. All right, and if you don't have Maelstrom weapons, get weapon damage and chance on both, and impenetrable on your shields, and really the enchantment you can choose. So if you want to have a little bit more health, you just put multi-effect, and then if you want just straight up stam, you can have just a max stam. Alright, so the abilities now. So on our first bar, I have Dizzying Swing, then Crit Rush, Executioner. If you like to run in groups a lot, you can use the other morph of Executioner. Just leaving me right now, but yeah, the other morph that does splash damage. Then Vigor and Rally. So those are your 2 heals right there. Then I have Dawnbreak of Smiting. Make sure you choose Smiting for sure, because the stun is really good. And yeah, it's just really good. Now on our back bar, Venomous Claw, just 1 dot, and then it's just a really good dot. You see, fully buffed. It's very good. 13k. I mean, it's pretty good. It only costs 900 stamps, so Then Noxious Breath, another dot, which is really good. Also poison, and Major Fracture, so you do more damage. Then Igneous Shield, it's a decent shield, and it gives you the Major Mending I was talking about earlier. Plus, so you get some good stuff out of this. So it's increased duration, and you get increased weapon damage as well. And you get increased, or when you activate it, you get your stamina back. So you make sure you use this before every battle. So, and if you're ever low on stam, you can spam this and get some of your stamina back. Then we have Shuffle, Major Evasion, pretty good. Then Coagulating Blood, which is technically, if you are really low on health, you can use it. Like if you're like 10% and you hit this, you'll go back to 40 at least. So yeah, it's really good, and it just gives you the health recovery, which isn't the best part, but it's the healing received, which really stacks everything else. It's really good. Now, yeah, I have corrosive armor on the back bar, which just it reduces your damage. So it's kind of like a shield type thing, and you just do a ton of damage. So while active, your attacks ignore 100% of an enemy's physical resistance. That's a good option. Some other options you could use are DragonKnight Standard, Dragon Leap. This isn't really ideal, but technically you could use Meteor, and if you run in big groups, you can use Warhorn, and you can also use Barrier. But to be honest, I'd rather run Corrosive Armor over Barrier, but it's still really up to you. So let's get into champion points. Alright. So, in the next batch, we're going to have 177 CP, so put 100 in Mooncraft. And what you could do is, if you like to roll dodge a lot, you can put like 20 Tumbling and the rest into the Warlord. So for the next tree, 100 into Mighty, and then 77 into Piercing. And here, you put 60 into each of these. And then 47 that you have left, put in a Resistant. So with all your penetrable stuff, it stacks pretty good. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, anything I left out, just leave in the comments below. I'm going to show you my buff stats now. Oh yeah, and roll dodge. So 3K weapon, 3.5K weapon damage, 35K crit, decent resistances, and since we're using Blood Spawn, this can get to like 23K spell, and then 20K physical. 22K health, 35K stam, 18K recovery. If you think this is a little bit too much, you could take off one stam recovery glyph or enchantment. And if you don't think it's enough, you could take off that weapon one that I have on the necklace. So those are your options. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just leave in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace.